This is Cheryl McCoy, one of the moderators. I'm answering a question that was asked in week 2, the pros and cons of platforms used in previous EVO. Which online space will you use for easy interaction with your participants? So I took this from the website, as you can see down here, EVOtrainingPBworks.com page, and then it gives there's the link, and Mariana Smolczyk gave us this, and I hope I pronounced that right. I would just like to use the one we've been using. Now, of course, Moodle is the one that I've been using for quite a while with the group that I'm in. Being a divergent learner, I have discovered that when I'm in a class or I'm looking at a class, I need to have boundaries. And I think that's one of the reasons why I gravitate to things and activities and presentations and platforms that are contained, but they have a wide range of choices, which is why I think I like Moodle. Now, it's not just Moodle itself. I've used Blackboard and Canvas and all those others, and they're good, but the platform that is Moodle4Teachers platform from Integrating Technologies, this is the Moodle4Teachers.org, for me, has been a help and a benefit to learn to focus in. And when you're online teaching, it is really different than when you walk into that class. The fact of just being in a physical classroom, that's a boundary by itself right there. It's a box, a boundary that can go to the school, but everything's pretty much contained. You have people selecting things for you, and you do have a little bit of leeway, but not a lot. But when I started thinking and working on teaching online, it was like, whoa, there is a lot to think about. Since we were asking this question was being asked, that I would like to show you some things of what I've learned that I think are critical about the Moodle4Teachers integrating technology that could be helpful to other people. Here is the front page of my group that worked with me in MM10. This is one of the classes that we made up. They made parts of it. We all contributed to it. I'm going to go to the actual website. We called the class We're All in This Together. It was a lot about the interactions between the energy and matter and life cycles. I like this one because you can come right over here as a teacher or editor, and you can turn your editing on, and you can add just about any type of activity or resource that you want. But as I said, we communicate together, and one of those things that we communicate for a variety of issues as they come up. So in the beginning, we had a shared document team policy, and then we had announcements, general discussion and support. Here is the general support forum. I really like them being contained. This is a test by one of the people that was in Maria, that was in our class, put a test in there just to make sure that it works right. But when you write in this support forum, you ask a question, and then later on, other people in the group will come in here and look at it, and they'll reply to it. And I did see a note in the PB Wiki on the Moodle. It says, threading means discussions may break down into discrete communities. That's true, but you're already in a community, for instance, in our EVO class. And so people who are interested in a particular thing, yes, they'll gravitate towards that discussion. But the nice thing about this is you can have as many or as few emails about the information, and you can do all kinds of things to help avoid any issues. That's where your moderators, your teacher, the other people that are in the classroom or in this course, session, training, whatever you want to call it, that will be available for us for EVO, and then also later on. The nice thing about using this Moodle for teachers is the people who are in our class may be like the rest of us were at one time, and we were beginners online. And I know that once I came into this and started seeing all the valuable real estate that's available inside the course, where you don't have to have people leave and come back. The leaving and coming back is an issue. You want to keep that to a minimum. Not that you do not have to have any moving, but you want to try to keep them in where the rest of everybody else is as much as you can, I think, because it's easier for them to stay together. Once people start going in and out and up and down and to this website and to that website and coming back and forth, they get lost, they get logged out, they can't remember how to get back in. A lot of different things happen that can cause a lot of issues. I really like this wiki page. You all did a nice job on this. The Yahoo groups, it explains that, explains Google Plus communities, which this has been pretty good. It's just kind of hard for me to look through it all and keep track of it. WizIQ, of course, we talked about. Edmodo, Moodle Pro Boards. Okay, so I actually went to all of these and looked them over. But, of course, and probably some of you are saying, well, you know, you've been using Moodle, so that would be the one that you like the best. Well, like I said, I've used everything here except Edmodo and Pro Boards. So I've given the others a good fair shot at trying them out. But the nice thing about Moodle is it's continuing to grow and develop and change and do all kinds of really cool stuff that you couldn't do before. For instance, when you are in this area, you see where it says turn editing on? I'm going to go to one of the little classes that I worked on and I'm still working on. Follow Harry and Harriet as they grow from a seed to a plant. And there will be pictures we're going to download. We're going to go to Storyboard, use that, comment on at least one other participant. What will happen, we'll keep a journal. We'll observe and explain our observations each day. All these things will happen. Here's the forum, from seed to seed forum. Download a group of messages or short video of the stages of plant development from seed to seed. Now, some people would like to use Padlet, or as some of you may remember it, Wallwisher, or Flipgrid, or some of those other really nice online applications that you can use. Storyboard, that has been very helpful. And that is what I was thinking about when I thought, man, excuse me, there are lots of things that you can use, you know, lots of things that you can do. And you can come in here and where it says add a resource or add an activity, okay, add an activity or a resource. Now here's some of the resources and activities we already have on there. But the reason I wanted you to see this was specifically for some of these. Okay, assignments, attendance, big blue button, be in. If you want to know what these are, you just click on them and they'll tell you. Create Moodle within Moodle links, real-time online classes, so you can put some things together for web conferencing systems. Also, you've got booking. You have a checklist. That's to keep everybody on track. Database, polling, e-voting, external tool. I really like that there's all these games, and there's also group choice. This is difficult. Group choice allows students to enroll themselves in a group within a class. The teachers can select which group students can choose from and the maximum number. That's what we did the last time. It was very, very helpful. Now, also, there's just all kinds of other interactive things, but I want to get to, here's mind map. Organizers, questionnaires, re-engagement, quizzes, and of course there's a SCORM package. It's a collection of files are packaged according to an agreed standard of learning objects. They can be modules or any kind of thing that you want to make up. And many of you are so talented in using programming and things like that. You may already have some of these. I don't, but there's a lot of people who do. Now here is the WizIQ module. You can click on this, schedule a class from inside the Moodle4Teachers resource, and then you can have your classroom there. And also, you can make a Zoom meeting. And I don't know, my sister first introduced me to Zoom. You know, she calls me up and she goes, "Call this number." So I said, okay. So I did call that number, and together we had our little conference just to practice using Zoom. And it was really nice because you don't have anything to worry about except just what you see. So it's nice to have if you want to do a demonstration or if somebody's showing their projects, Zoom is a really cool video conferencing. And then now resources, there are books, files, folders, labels, Lightbox, gallery. It's good for displaying things, posters, URLs, you know, just all kinds of things that you can click on and add to and make them available for your students, or you can make assignments from within the Moodle using those things. I think that was pretty much all I wanted to be sure and tell you about. There are so many more things, and I know all of you know about Moodle and probably know much more than I could ever even imagine. But I will tell you that it gives me a lot of freedom and yet helps me contain my divergent ideas. And that's really an important characteristic when you're in these classes, because everyone has great ideas and you can get off track really easy. So it's nice to have a way to focus in and not get lost when you're brand new. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you tomorrow when we have our class. And I'm really so glad to be in this group. You've shared so many things that I've had time to think about and to learn. My name is Cheryl McCoy, and I am also known as Into Teaching. Thank you.